Good morning and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View again, because Celtic have just signed a player. Even though it is on loan, Celtic have got the deal done. We are delighted to confirm that Julian has joined Celtic FC on loan until the end of the season from AFC Bournemouth. Welcome to Celtic, Julian. Let's see what some of the comments are like on social media. We'll jump right into the land of the Twitterati and see exactly what the Celtic fans are saying with the announcement that Celtic have signed their first player of the transfer window. Left wing badges. They do a lot of Celtic gigs abroad for away day games. Means that we're stuck with these two. I did say that this morning, that Celtic will back the manager. It doesn't matter what happens with the game tomorrow. Wee Nippy says, welcome to Celtic, you poor sod. Welcome to the shambles, which is Celtic FC, said Celtic Gossip. A couple of the big hitters on social media coming out and having their say. Welcome, Julian. All the best, son. Sack the board alone. How shocked are we? Get the manager sacked today. Take Tisdale with him. Actually try buying a player that's not sat on his arse forever. That's an interesting one, because I don't think that Celtic are going to get many players that are first team choices in this window. Certainly players that want away from their clubs will not be first team choices. Get them out and you can see how it's kind of going. Yeah, full of joy. No more Ralston at right centre back. We will be there. Does he remember how to even kick a football? Welcome. And now announce another 8. And then Tisdale, Nicholson dead and Nancy sacked. That's a bit heavy. That's a bit much. Poor guy playing under this pish. Welcome though. Vamos, Mexico. He's really American, but he's got a Mexican passport. I don't know what that's meant to be, because it's got Wilfred Nancy with like wrong colour hair and everything. Is he sacked yet? We want him gone. Has Nancy been sacked yet? Unless you're capable of signing starting 11 management team board directors by 11 p.m. tonight, don't bother. So yeah, I'll not bother reading them out. You can kind of see. Striker can't defend to save his life, so he's the perfect mess for a club. Well, there you go. Let's hope he learns how to defend. So he's this season's John Joe Kenny. You gotta love social media. You do. Yeah. Worst managerial start and get him sacked. Didn't think I'd ever see a worse manager than wee Lou. You have managed it. Embarrassing. Oof. Nancy out. So there you go. This guy hasn't played since the 26th of August, when he was sent off. Before, he only started in pre-season friendlies. Fantastic start to the read the room. How about a striker? Seeing as we don't have any, Nancy will probably play him on the left-hand side. Yeah, this is true. So anyway, right, that's me done. Enough of Twitter. That's enough Twitter for anybody, or X or whatever they call it in this day and age. That's enough for that for one day. Let's jump into the comments section here and see what the 36 comments we have online already. We need the player on that side. Where's the strikers? We've needed for over a year though. Well, at least we've got the guy in early for once, says Diane. We should also be over Stefan Orsic from Man City. Third choice keeper. Is that really the answer? Absolutely scurried with this board, says Greenford go. Even if Lancey loses 5 or 6-0 tomorrow, that shower won't do a thing. Even if the stadium is emptied. Welcome. Just sorry you've got a clown for a manager, or you could just. I'm not going to read them out. I'll put them up on the screen for those that are a bit interested. We have a keeper with one arm. There's a new picture of him at Lennoxtown. Well, there we go. Celtic put this one up first. But seemingly there's a new picture of him at Lennoxtown. Let me see if we can find that on the Celtic site. Typical Celtic, They just jumping the gun without getting him pictured. Oh, there we go. There he is. Oh, he looks a bit thin, doesn't he? He's going to get ragdolled, isn't he? I'm going to try and stay positive for the lad himself. Let's change this. I am going to try and stay positive for the lad. I hope he can come in and emulate Emilio Izaguirre. But ultimately, can he emulate Emilio Izaguirre, or will he forever be in his shadow? I think there's more chance of him forever being in his shadow. And I know it's just trying to get the South American connection. He will have been in training with the players this morning by the looks of it, since he's done some of that. So the manager will want to make sure that he's well. Yeah, he's going to be in the team tomorrow, isn't he? He's at least going to be in the squad. Does he start tomorrow? Is he the player that makes all the difference to Celtic and Celtic Football Club for this mammoth game? Talk about a game of fire for this one, isn't they? Let me just see what the comments are under the picture of him in his Celtic top. That's very old, but can you sack Nancy, please? I'm sure we've done a thorough check on his medical history. Oh, God. He's been out with hamstring injuries this year. 24, 25. Oh, yeah. It's just like Celtic to sign a player that could potentially end up with a. Which position can he play? Goalkeeper, striker, attacking centre half? Read the room. Don't even big this up. Bournemouth fans are saying he's probably the worst player that they've ever seen. Couldn't make it up. Tisdale and Nancy. Oh, God. Just gives you the fear, doesn't it? It does give you the fear. Oh, you have another 10 players to sign. Get back to work. Tomorrow's going to be the worst atmosphere I think I've ever seen since the night Dallas heeded the 50 pence. God forbid we go behind. Oh, says the maestro. One player on loan, one player loaned out. Yes, there has been a player loaned out already, but that is your breaking Celtic news this morning. It is still morning at Celtic Park. It's only 23 minutes past 11. Last thing is another loan signing who can't get a game at his own club. I don't know what we're really expecting, Jim, because I don't think that Celtic are going to go out. Are we really going to go out and spend money on players that are first team? And are our club's going to sell players that are first team picks? Generally, you don't. I mean, it's only a club like Celtic. If you've got a player like Kyogo Furiashi that's been at the club for a length of time, that has intimated to the club that he wants away, but didn't get away at the summer window. It's a massive window for Daizen Maeda. Whether Daizen Maeda stays at the window. Now, I know his agent has allegedly come out and says that yes, Daizen Maeda wants to stay. Well, what Daizen Maeda is doing on the pitch says otherwise to me. He'll definitely be first pick. How good is he? Well, according to people that you read online, he's. I'm not expecting miracles of the guy, Jim. I think that the position that we're in as a football club, I'm not expecting players to come in and to be absolutely amazing. I just think that we've went down that far. Any sign of a striker or two? Nope. I'm not watching the game tomorrow. We'll get pumps, says Dave. Underwhelming the quality of this player required to win the league. There's still 77 million in the account. How long will we stick with the manager? I can't think of a time in the past 20 years where we've had no enthusiasm for a game against the Orcs tomorrow. This is true. January is here. We've been pushed for months. Martin Hill played a blinder with the draw, so we need another 3 or 4 in to see the season out. Yes, we do. Steam is so long, my coffee went cold too. Talk about the Smalllands. Under 6 foot, right wing back. I'd rather have a centre back. He did come from Barca, so he's got to have some talent. Surely, the season will be truly over by the time we get rid at the end of January. Yes, it will be. And I don't know if the season will be over, but sometimes, I've said this before, Greenford Go, sometimes you need to go through pain to have long term gain. And if we just, I've said that Europe's just an inconvenience this year under this manager. I mean, Martin O'Neill, we kind of got a result and we thought, but I think that the longer Europe goes on for Celtic, it is just a complete inconvenience. And maybe we do have to go through the January of hell, to get sackings at boardroom level. Because it's the only way it's going to happen. They're not going to get voted out just by fans demanding the go. It's not going to happen. Sometimes you need the club to go really that far down that we hit what we would class as rock bottom. Having a manager come in that's been completely woeful, bringing in players on loan that are completely woeful. Iheanacho comes into that as well. I mean, he's been out injured longer than he's collected wages for Celtic for doing absolutely nothing. I mean, I think that his biggest achievement was maybe scoring a goal that was ruled offside. And I think that going forward, maybe we do need the January from hell to get rid of the people in the board, because it's only then that their positions become untenable, and and then there has to be some kind of movement from the people above, from the people that actually own the club, to say, look, you guys have royally buggered up this. You need to go. Simple as that. We need a striker next. We need a striker in now. See these Moros posting death threats. They need to remember they're representing the fan base. Absolute human trash. Yes, I'm glad someone pulled that up, because I saw a couple of things like that on yesterday, which is very untasteful, and it's making us look worse than a certain club that's been in meltdown since 2012. Just shows how quick we can get players in when they're under pressure. True. Let's hope we can get some more in. Let's hope we can get a striker in for tomorrow, maybe. Okay, it's a loan, but at least we've got someone in quickly. But why, oh why, does he keep picking Schmeichel? He is finished. The board are playing invisible men and hiding behind their big wage packet when they're not coming out and telling the fans there are loads of fake stories going around. I think that the board, I mean, what did the board, I did a video the other day, and where I asked ChatGPT what exactly needs to happen at Celtic right now, and ChatGPT got the fans back on this one, and I think that the board members can only do one thing at this moment, and that's knuckle down and get transfers in for the manager. And if they're not doing that, the whole bullshit about Martin O'Neill coming back was way off the mark, if you ask me. Just because 73-year-old man says that he can't do a gig on the 3rd of January due to unforeseen circumstances. Maybe I had a hangover and went, fuck, I'm not putting up with this pish before a derby game. But you never know. Get a striker in today. It's another loan. Yeah, is that. Apparently we were looking at a young goalkeeper from Bayern. Yeah, and people are saying that he's the answer to take over from Schmeichel. I think that's a total disrespect to Sinisalo. Sinisalo needs game time and needs proving that he's the keeper that he was brought in for. Don't like the manager, but death threats are not on. So, quite right. Great addition. I've played more football recently and I'm 60. How can this guy come in that's not kicking the ball for months start tomorrow? No lo sé. No lo sé. Everyone knows you sign loan players that there is no commitment to the manager at the end of January. You'll see a lone striker. It's too late at the end of January to get a striker in. Far too late. Nancy's not popular. No shit, Sherlock. Jesus. He'll not get folk buying him a pint down the Trongate, will he? Happy New Year to you, mate. Tisdale out, Nicholson out. Yeah, get everyone out. People got the fear for tomorrow. I'd have that Cardiff City manager over Nancy. That was my choice, but I don't think it's going. You might buy Columbus Crew. You never know. Ay, ay, ay. That haircut is your first clue. Hell Mendes. Listen, Daiz Maida's haircut is questionable. I'm going to give Daiz Maida has went downhill since he stopped shaving his head. Guys that shave their head do everything better, way better. Just saying, just putting it out there. Guys that get the old Gillette sensor and tin of foam on their head, shave it, they do everything better. Daiz Maida's been woeful since he stopped shaving his head. God knows what the tomorrow score is. He's gosh. I know it's crazy, but Russell Martin's favourite for Nancy's old job. It's like a replacement for a replacement. Is there an option to buy? No, I don't think there's an option to buy. He has some quality. He did come from Barca. Clubs in general don't sell their first team players in January, to be honest. No, they don't. And I don't know what we're expecting this January. Unless we're going to go into markets that have finished their season because they play at a sensible time of year and don't play during the winter, which aren't many countries. We are up a creek without a paddle, and we're going to be having to rely on bringing in players. We either bring players in from lower leagues that are phenomenal, and we think they can do a thing at Celtic, but then Celtic fans come out and say, you're picking a manager you're picking the players from a crappy little league. That's not what we want. We want first team starts. We want stars. You don't get stars in this window, I'm afraid. But it is what it is, isn't it? We're going to end this season with nothing if Nancy stays. Like I said, sometimes in life you have to go through that real bad patch to come out the other end. And I've asked that many a time. Are you prepared for a really bad season for the board members to get sacked? Because they're not going to leave. They're not going to leave. Nancy's not good off the Celtic girl Jota. I can't read the room. I can read the room. We will buy players at around about the 2 million mark. But it's even trying to get them to leave their club. You know what I mean? Roy Keane and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer are crying for a club. That's how bad we're getting. Yeah, it is. It's all about aerodynamics. It is all about aerodynamics. There's nothing better. I don't know. I mean, I know, like, you Nordic people, you like your big men with your big hair and your big beards, but sometimes the speed that Daiz Maida had when he shaved his head was unbelievable. Anyway, that's me done and dusted for this morning. It is just a quick update on the fact that Celtic have made their first signing of the transfer window. Damn squib, isn't it? But anyway, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans. If there's any more updates, I'll be sure to be live.